could have did whatever you felt.
I wanna dance with somebody. Rest in peace, Whitney. With somebody who loves me.
That's that Coke on phone there. My bad. Are we rolling?
All right, so right now we finna transition into the dating segment
Woo!
of season 5. Okay,
We made
So
it.
far we went through the
I know that's not
preparing
bitches be feeling for real.
to go out and date, getting your mind state together, go out and date. That was the first segment. The second segment was what was the talking phase? No, it was the intro phase.
The intro.
And then it was the talking phase, and then we went to the sex phase, and now we're in the dating phase. So this is when you get kind of to the point where you're getting exclusive with somebody, preparing to see whether y'all want to be in a relationship or not.
Mm-hmm.
Before we dive into the specifics of that, we need to talk about one of the most important things as it comes to relationships, especially relationships in the Black community, and that's protecting Black women. Now, this is not just a campaign to, oh, we got to protect Black women. We already know that. We cool on that. We got that, right? This is more of a deep dive into how does that supposed to look and some of the risks that can be involved in protecting certain women that are in different situations from a man's perspective. Okay.
Sure.
Everybody's not going to be ready for this conversation. Everybody's not going to be ready to hear this conversation.
Absolutely.
Some women might be mad at us at this conversation. This conversation needs to be had. So if you can't be, diplomatic or whatever the word is,
Unbiased.
to just unbiased,
You
impartial,
can't,
objective, I don't give a fuck. We still gonna have this conversation because it
Period.
need to be had. All right. So we got 2 guests on the show today from FC Network.
Woo! 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 Hey! Woo! Woo!
We got Boogie. Boogie, introduce yourself.
For those who didn't know, it's Boogie, your boy fucking Boogie. Boogie in the background. Your favorite African, your favorite poet,
Never heard that before.
the nigga that do the most. You can follow me Instagram at the moment, Boogie. That would be BOOGIE _ Ogun _ OGUN if you don't know how to spell Ogun. And I feel privileged to be here, talking to you people and talking to you guys. I
Real
appreciate you.
privileged to have you here.
For sure.
I appreciate you guys. for having me.
Your attendance is terrible this season.
Terrible.
for sure.
It was just
Sure.
awful.
This is a new year.
Terrible.
A new year.
A new year. This is a new year.
New
A new
things.
year.
Yes.
And we also got Real Duncan,
real
who's always here.
Aurelius Duncan.
But today he on mic.
Yo, what's the word?
He mic'd the fuck up.
He's always here, even though he may have an attitude.
What it angry man
About being
for
here.
sure. Angry fucking man.
He's here though.
It's your
Angry
boy.
man.
Mr. Behind the Scenes running everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Look at
So
y'all with y'all taglines.
this is what I want to talk about, right? Protecting Black women. We all can agree that that's something that we're, as men, that we're obligated to do. But what does it look like? For me, for example, what I mean by this question, because everyone's like, what the fuck you mean what it look like? I know how people reacting to that right now, right? But to me, when I define what protection means, is to take the responsibility of someone's safety into my own hands.
Mm-hmm.
So you transferring the responsibility of your safety from yourself to me. I'm responsible for your safety now. And a lot of times we only know one way to protect, the same way we protect kids. So for example, if my son tells me some crazy shit happened to him at school, my son don't get to decide what I'm gonna do about it.
Mm-hmm.
All he get to do is tell me, and I do whatever I do about it. He can't tell me, oh, but daddy, don't do this.
Right.
But don't do that. It was an accident. I'm not trying to hear.
None of
I'm gonna
that shit.
decide what the fuck finna happen next.
Right.
A lot of time when you're protecting an adult, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So I still have the responsibility for your safety in my hands, but you might say, I don't want you to do this. So it might be your sister, and she might have a problem with the nigga she dating. And she might say, he did this, he put his hands on me, but I don't want you to be violent with. I want you to just check him. Or I'm just telling you to let you know, or whatever the case may be. But as a man, you feel like it's your responsibility to protect her in the best way that you know how.
Mm-hmm.
What is that supposed to look like?
Okay, I'm gonna start this one off.
Mm.
And like I say, this is a sticky situation and a sticky topic.
Yes.
But just being the nigga that I am, and just me being a for self type of individual, for me to make sure that you're protected, I have to be protected. Meaning, my logic on thinking about situations now is a lot different because it could cost me everything. It could cost me my life. It could cost me my freedom. It could cost me So with that being said, first of all, you have to pick and choose your battles wisely. And so that is like, even like, and you know, when we say protecting a black female, I don't know if we mean in the dating scene of protecting our lady, right? Or protecting, is that what we're talking about, Terry?
Yeah.
Like, okay. So first, you have to know yourself and you have to know who you're dealing with. And when I mean who you're dealing with, I mean as far as the female or whoever you're dating, the person you're dating, you have to know them. What triggers them, what makes them angry, what makes them sad, what makes them react to things, what makes them, and y'all got to be on the same page when it comes to certain things.
All the time.
Y'all have to be on a certain page. If we're out and it's 2 to 3 to 4 niggas that's tweaking with us as a whole, or even tweaking with you, you have to respect the fact that I might not tweak with these niggas.
I'm not finna go there with these niggas. I wouldn't want my niggas to go there with these niggas. I might not
tweak with these niggas because
we finna dip.
We gotta get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with protecting black women, you have to be on page with your black woman to know my protection is saying we need to get the fuck up out of here. And you know what I'm saying? My protection is me using my head.
It works vice versa the other way too. It's like if I do decide
your lady's supposed to be the one. Let's get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, he's saying if he do decide to tweet.
If I do decide I'm gonna get into it with this nigga, you need to follow my lead. If I say go to the car, keep going. Because I'm finna do whatever to this nigga.
For sure.
I don't need you trying to argue with me about
that's
this
facts
shit.
as
I don't
well.
need you trying to come between me and what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now that could put
if
you
it
on harm
escalates to that point and my nigga want to do some damage, I'm definitely finna get the fuck out the way.
And that comes with communication.
I'm definitely finna get the fuck out the way. But I'm not gonna try to stop him in that moment.
That comes with the outline of the night. That comes with we at the crib already, we getting ready, and we talking like, you know where we going. We going to the bar. France is on 79th.
And even if you don't get that conversation, it's from maybe previous
y'all
things
gotta
that
know
have
each
happened.
other.
Y'all have this history of things happening, and we know what to do in this situation now.
I told you to shut the fuck up. I told you to shut the fuck up and go to the car.
And you shut the fuck up.
Looking at
and you go to the car.
Even in certain situations in Chicago,
well, you can't say shit.
It might be certain situations in Chicago. We pull up somewhere that's like a neutral area, and it's some niggas in there. So I say, hey, you gonna wait in the car? I'm gonna go get the food because these niggas are getting to it. These niggas saying something to you is what's gonna make these niggas get into it.
They gonna try to provoke me.
If I go in here by myself,
say shit.
I'm damn that straight. But if I come in this bitch with you, somebody gonna say something to you, and it's gonna go there. So
and it's happened to me before.
And a girl gotta understand that. But you might go to an area where you not good over here. So it's like, bitch, I'm gonna sit in the car. You go get the food.
For sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And the girl gotta understand that.
And I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get it. Like, what you mean?
You
like,
gotta get out and pump this gas, love.
I'm not supposed to be pumping gas right here. Where I gotta pump no gas. Don't take me to no neighborhood that you ain't supposed to be in where I gotta pump no gas, nigga.
I'm not trying to pump gas.
If they see you and then see me, they gonna get me, and then you finna speed off in the car.
Well, what's your thought? What's your thoughts on this situation?
No.
I kind of feel like shit. It's all about knowing your person, cause like I say, when I'm outside, my bitch know like I ain't even got to say too much, do too much. She kind of like me, so it's like the shit that she know I get into a motherfucker about, she'll get into a motherfucker with it about. So it's like she gonna see that shit coming a mile away. So it's like we down there not even gonna get into it.
Damn, that's valid.
It's like she gonna see the shit. She ain't, we ain't finna sit right here. These niggas right here.
These niggas on some dumb shit.
You know what I'm talking about? Like shit like that. So it's like it's all about knowing your person, and it's like y'all said about like being in those type of situations to where a motherfucker knows. Like,
I think the
I'm
best
looking crazy, so she know like, babe, you straight.
Listen,
And
the
like,
better
no, I
thing
ain't
to
straight,
say
so.
is protecting black people.
As a girlfriend,
we have to protect each other. You know what I'm saying?
But listen, as a girlfriend, I think the best compliment that I've gotten as a girlfriend was the fact that I'm always on high alert.
Yeah.
Hey.
That was the best compliment that I've ever received. Like, you could say all this good, my coochie good, my head good, my blah blah blah. Like, but no, like high alert. What'd you say?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Man,
What the fuck did this nigga say?
Fucking sick, nigga.
Anyway, so a nigga said like you be on high alert. I be listening.
Yeah, for sure.
My ears be on robot mode. So I have had many instances where I have had to tell my nigga,
y'all
like,
nosy.
these niggas over here talking shit.
Yeah, they steady looking.
We
at
finna
shit.
slide out. Like, I can hear them talking about the reason I got kicked out of high school was because I overheard the bitches saying that they were gonna jump me. They didn't even know that I was listening, but I was. And I called all my people up there.
Yeah.
They kicked me out of school. I've always been a very observant individual.
So the crazy thing is that I learned this. If you look at like pictures from like ancient Egypt of kings and queens, like the queen will have a arm around the man's waist in a lot of the pictures. And back then in their culture, it was a matriarch. Like women were the more important. It wasn't a patriarch society, but women were considered the protectors in a relationship, and it wasn't because there was a physical protection.
Intuition.
It was because of intuition, so they could see danger coming from
A mile away.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, especially a high power man like a king,
Can't see that
his
shit.
ego is so
Overpower
massive that
everything.
it could be a threat in his face, and he like, fuck this nigga.
You bowing down to me.
Like,
Like,
this
fuck you
ain't
below me.
nothing.
Like,
And
but
that
this
makes
nigga
sense.
finna
the
pop.
woman don't have an ego, so she saw that shit before it even was
like, that's
able
not
to
your
become an
friend.
issue. She,
A bitch-
nah, we not gonna
A
fuck with
bitch ever
them.
told y'all a
You know what
nigga
I'm
ain't your
saying? Like,
homie.
yeah.
That ain't your homie
And
for
it's
real.
a-
And that really
for
turned
sure.
out not to be your fucking
it's
homie.
a statement thing too, as far as like even with the Egyptian shit that you were saying. If we go out and I'm out with my girl, and to get caught up in shit outside, y'all gotta be separated. Meaning like you at the bar doing this, and the nigga trying to talk to you at the bar, and I'm over here talking to my homie. If you with me, like on my waist, or it's a statement thing. It's a niggas damn near know
I was
that's
gonna say,
your bitch.
when
You
I
know what I'm
go
saying?
out with my
Hey,
nigga,
that's
like-
another thing too. Like
It's-
you definitely the body language
Yeah,
got to be
yes.
right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that can
for
help
sure.
protect the situation to
Yes.
a certain
For
extent
sure.
anyway. Because if our body language not right and the nigga think that we not together,
and he come shoot, and
You
you
get what I'm
right
saying?
there, you like, you ain't see me with this bitch.
Yeah.
And he like,
What-
nah, you standing over there, homie. Like, my
what,
bad.
what do you say about the women who they kind of want a nigga to jump out the window? Like I know some women who in that same situation.
Them ghetto
That
hoes.
if it's like 15 niggas, then no. But like it might be a situation where it's like all these 2 niggas over here talking shit, woo, but they want you to bug up. They don't want to. How you saying
I'ma
like,
be
hey,
honest.
these niggas tweaking. Let's get up out of here.
Listen
It's some
to
women
me.
who want you to.
Listen to
You
me
don't
as
care
a
about my
woman.
life.
Yeah,
Who
I
don't
can't
get-
fuck
she
with no
don't
bitch
give
like
a
that.
fuck about
Or
you.
yours.
She does
Especially
not give
fucking
a
around in
fuck about you.
Chicago.
Let me tell y'all something. As a 30-year-old woman, I'm not even in a relationship. But if I were, let me just take a nigga I care about right now and put myself in a relationship with him hypothetically. I would never want to put him in a situation, regardless of what it could be one nigga. If I feel like this nigga is way more hype than you and might beat your ass, we finna go. It ain't about
beating your
ego.
ass
It's
no
not
more in
about
Chicago.
anything.
And that's what I was
It's not
just
about
gonna
beating
say.
your ass. It's about beating your ass, shooting your ass.
something to
Got
you.
other niggas up in here.
something
will
happened to you.
Punch my ass.
You feel
Don't give
me?
a fuck about anything. I don't ever want to put my nigga in a situation 1 versus 1, 1 versus 12, 1 versus
Yeah,
2.
'cause
I
now
don't
this-
ever want to
that
do
shit
that.
go
So when
left.
women
It
get
don't
so
matter how many people.
they are more caught up in what you can do for them rather than who you can be to them, because they just want to see you like, is this nigga gonna fight for me? I don't want you fighting. Fight for me.
We're
The
grown.
fuck?
We're
Fight for
grown.
me.
Yeah.
The fuck? But I don't want you out here. I don't need that in my life. Like, I don't need that in your life.
Hey,
like, we ain't doing none of that.
We are 30 plus years old.
Ain't nobody doing none of that.
Question about my bad. You was gonna say something?
We are 30 plus years old. It should be no scuffles.
Ain't nobody
I shouldn't
doing
be out here
none of that,
tussling with no
G.
nigga.
I don't even want to
my
fight no
lady
bitch.
shouldn't be tussling.
I don't
like,
want to fight
so-
nobody
so
at
us,
30.
My
bones
Us
hurt.
preventing the prevention process has to be
I
on
ain't gonna lie
point.
though, Boogie.
Problem
Sometimes
prevention,
it do
bro.
be a full-time
Sometimes,
job.
but it shouldn't be every time.
No, not every time. I'm not even saying that, right? But sometimes it's a full time. Nah, really, it's niggas. When we going out, let's say it's Sunday, summertime. You go out, you doing a day party, night party tonight. You know, it's me and you just know that it's a full time job to not get into it. You have to decide that you're not getting into it with niggas. Cause somebody gonna
Yeah,
do
for sure.
something stupid.
You have
They
to
gonna
decide that
test
before
you.
you go outside.
You gonna have to give somebody.
Yep.
It ain't.
Yeah,
When was the
'cause it's
last
gonna
time
be
you
somebody
went
outside.
and was outside for a whole day and didn't have to give a nigga a pass on some little goofy shit that you just like, all right, I ain't even going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like every time. Like somebody always gonna
Unless
look a
you
little
around your
goofy.
people's
My
all day.
manager almost got
goofy.
creased the other
Unless
day.
you around your peoples,
Like,
unless you around your peoples all day, somebody is going to try you within
yeah.
24 hours.
My manager almost got
Someone.
creased Thursday.
I almost knocked this nigga out last night at my fucking work
Like,
event.
Reggie just put the little status up when a nigga like thought he was cutting them off and said
and
some
that
niggas-
was at the party
like,
we was at.
It be shit like that.
Shit like that.
happen,
Like I could have knocked your
all
ass
the
out in
time.
here.
Random.
And I don't know how many people you got with you. All I got is girls with me. Reggie ain't had nobody at that party.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And it's just about, and I guess,
Hey,
and I guess
Reggie a
some-
nigga,
and I guess
you
some-
better
He
have
would've
some more
uppercutted they
niggas
ass
with
to the
your
next
mama.
motherfucking moon.
And I
the
guess-
new moon.
And I guess crashing out so much, like coming from crashing out, like we was shorties crashing out, like we did a lot of that shit. And you get your ass killed back then, but that shit common now.
Yeah, I was just gonna say back then.
my
it was
thought,
like,
my thought process be with a lot of shit to crash out, but I be really like working on my inner inside of
You
me to
got
be
to,
like,
G.
bro, you can't
You
crash
got
out
to.
because crashing out will take you away
to
from
take your
everybody.
life.
And
Whether
niggas will
it's
be hurt.
dead or
Niggas-
in jail.
You have to give passes, bro.
Because even on the streets,
You
if
have
you
to.
win, if you win the battle, let's say you get to a nigga before he gets to you, whatever the situation may be, and you get caught, you still throwing your life away in a
have to-
different way.
A pass is
Or they
damn
gonna
near
catch
like,
your ass later.
a
Now
pass-
you
If
If
still
you don't,
gone.
if you
Yeah.
get away with it, you not finna get away with it on the street.
passing, giving passes.
You always
is-
gonna be looking over your shoulder, hoping don't nobody come for you. Who wanna be dealing with
Let me
that?
throw y'all some scenarios though. So
sure.
I it was a scenario not too long ago where a guy, it's a chick. She at her nigga crib. She ain't been fucking nigga that long, couple months. They get into a little domestic situation. Protect Cam at all costs.
Okay, look, I'm gonna show y'all my tattoo in a minute.
They get in a little domestic situation, and she called her brother. She like, oh, I'm finna call my brother. Da da da.
This is the video.
Nah,
Oh, this
nah.
a real deal shit?
It's a real situation.
Oh, shit.
She called her brother, and she told the niggas I'm finna call my brother, right?
Okay.
And
That was stupid.
she at her nigga crib. Now her nigga, his homies there. The brother pull up. He didn't get a chance to get out the car. They fanned that bitch, killed him.
Listen,
But he might have got out the car on some like, hey, just let my sister.
It don't matter.
He
You-
might have got out
you
the
a
car
threat.
talking, trying to talk
you
it through.
you tell
He
us
might
your
have got
brother's
the car,
coming.
whatever.
You already posed the threat.
So that's
You
my
set-
thing.
you
though,
set your
is that,
brother up.
like when
You
a
know
lot
how
of
we
times-
coming in here.
A lot of times, and this is a message more so to women. A lot of
Yes.
times,
and this
as
what's gonna make y'all
women,
mad.
a lot of times as women, y'all gotta understand that a nigga don't care what the story is. And I, being
If
a
he
teacher,
care about you.
being a teacher, I have 8th grade. It's a boy and a girl getting into it, and the girl tell a boy, "I'm finna call XYZ up here." The thing is, your uncles and them, they don't care what really happened. You might have said something about his shoes first, and he called you a bitch. And
Oh, this nigga called me a bitch.
if you
Said he'll
call
smack
and
me.
say this nigga fucking with me,
I'm coming up here. And
they
I'm
don't want to hear nothing that Shorty got to say.
All right, so look.
So now it's
Funny
like,
shit.
because but now they do something to Shorty and they locked up, or he called now, and this is a real situation. It was a little girl and a little dude, and she's like, I'm gonna call my uncles, da da da, and she did, but he also called his people. But now it's like, if one of your uncles get killed, the little girl, like one of your uncles get killed, or whatever, or throw their freedom away, you just put them in a dumb situation because you started some shit with
nothing.
this boy,
For
and he
nothing.
bugged up and called you a bitch. But it's like, I feel like with women, it's like just because you have the privilege of having people that's gonna run and protect you, you have to protect them by not putting them in fucked up
You
situations.
protect the protection. You gotta protect the protection.
For sure.
There was another video. This girl, almost the same situation, but this was on video. Everything was caught on video because I mean those are the times. Getting into it with her nigga, call her brother. Brother brought a friend. Walked in the crib. That nigga blew them down from inside the motherfucking crib to the yard. She out there screaming, hyperventilating, but you just put them in this situation when you could have just left the situation. I don't give if I'm in a situation where I feel like I want to call somebody to come kill somebody. Even if we at my house, I'ma leave. Cause it's just like I can call the cops and tell them to come and deal with this shit. You calling people you love to put them in a situation where they could lose their life. Because if this nigga here beating on you and he got a gun and you know him for real, you know how he coming, why you calling your brother? I don't ever want to put my brother in this situation. And that's why people got so mad at Don't Call Me White Girl. One of my favorite podcasts.
I love
I
her.
don't know if nobody watched that shit. Don't Call Me White Girl has one of the best podcasts ever.
I love her.
And she told bitches, and she got a lot of flack for that shit, but that's because them be how bitches coming.
Right.
She said a lot of the shit that niggas have to face and go through and get killed for, beat for, in some shit that they gotta look over their shoulder for the rest of their life for, it's because bitches. Bitches
It's
always
always
over
because
escalating the
bitches.
fucking situation.
Bro.
Bitches always talking about, oh, this nigga did this, the wildest shit that I ever seen was a nigga get killed behind a bitch that told her nigga that this nigga did something because she was fucking with him on the side. You just went and killed this nigga over a hoe.
Man, in college, it was like the West Side and South Side was into it for like 2 years when I first got to college because over a girl from the South Side was talking to a nigga from the West Side, got into it, said the nigga hit her, and maybe he did, but them niggas was fighting for 2 years, and it was niggas who wasn't even.
And
It
In
got
the
to
shit.
involve so many people that
You
like,
get dragged
and I
in
don't
the shit because
even
you
know.
from the West Side.
And I think I said
Fuck
this.
the fact that I don't even know this girl. I don't even know what the fuck happened.
And
I
I'm over
I
from
just
over
know
here,
my guys
and
and
now
chill with
I'm
these
getting-
niggas, and now we all getting kicked out
I
of school.
said this previously. I don't know if it was on one of the shows. Or I don't know if it was just in general us talking. I said that I feel like a nigga will kill you quicker over a female than money. You know what I'm saying? Like root of all evil, we say it's money, but I feel like a nigga will smoke me about a bitch.
If it's
before
a
It's a-
close
it's a
situation,
pride- it's a
before
pride
if it's your
thing,
homie
folks.
and was supposed to be your man's, a nigga
Yeah.
would definitely smoke you
I
over
feel
a
like,
bitch before some money.
like,
a
and
nigga tell you, bro,
And
what
what
my money, bro,
and what
for months, weeks.
Yeah.
Found out you fucking
Fucking
with his
his
bitch.
We'll check you
I'm
that
finna
day.
beat your ass today. Fuck you talking about. I'm outside.
And I owe you
actually.
2,000.
And I don't give a fuck. Fuck your money. Now
Fuck-
you're not getting shit.
Yeah.
And I'm finna beat your ass.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I really feel like females, like, y'all really got it as far as like controlling shit when it come to us. When it come to making chaos or controlling chaos.
Absolutely.
If
If you
y'all
know
wanna start chaos.
If you, and that's what comes with niggas' heads being fucked up. So I get why niggas be so like contained in regards to like not deep diving into a bitch, because once your head fucked up about a bitch, that's a different type of chemical imbalance.
Let me ask
You
y'all about
might
this.
do anything for that bitch, and anything really do be meaning anything.
Jail.
What about the
Life in
the
prison.
what about the passerby situations, right? So like,
Nah, my nigga better not.
it was a couple, not even your nigga, just a man. We ain't talking about like, it ain't got to be personal, but like the passerby situation. So I've heard multiple situations, and it seems like it's always at a gas station. I feel like y'all know what I'm finna get into. So nigga pull up at a gas station. It's a couple into it. The nigga is beating the shit out the girl. The nigga, another nigga who don't got nothing to do with nothing, he just trying to get some gas. He see the shit, and he just like, I can't just let short dude just beat the fuck out this girl. And he might not be like, I'm finna whoop this nigga for her, but he might just try to step into it. They
Just
get
call
into
the
their
cops.
own tussle. But I've heard multiple
the
niggas.
cops.
I ain't gonna say. I've heard 2 niggas get killed
Just call the cops.
in that
G.
situation
Just call the
because they
cops.
didn't went up and whooped
Call
the
the
boyfriend
cops.
ass.
Call the
That
cops.
the boyfriend then killed
This
the nigga
is
in
the
gas
number one
Call
rule.
the
But one thing I've
cops.
learned about life, the number one rule in life, mind your business.
Mind
bro.
your business.
And we mind other people's business all the time.
And you know what?
But
And
something
it's-
of that nature, mind your business.
And it's so crazy because I'm gonna say right now, one of my homies was just going in for the kill on Twitter about this. Going in for the kill. I'm talking about cussing niggas out. Because there was a situation where Shorty worked at, I think it was Burger King or whatever. Black girl, she was getting into it with a white dude. He was talking mad shit. He ended up like grabbing her up across the counter type shit. Like but when he grabbed her up, hey, Shorty beat the fuck out of him. Like Shorty ass was like, woo, 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 like beating his ass. But people still, of course, made it a point to feel like she shouldn't even have to do all that. It was men standing around, da 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 da. And the men in the comments like, but she handled herself and y'all still mad. Like y'all, nothing is satisfactory enough for y'all. Y'all wanted men around to jump in a situation. Clearly this man is crazy because the situation didn't even call for him to grab her like
Yanked
that.
up on my
You know what
mama,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
grab that.
So it's like, clearly this man is crazy. What if this man pull out a gun? Or what if I'm just here trying to get a junior whopper.
Now you dead.
And now I'm dead.
And
Okay,
I
I'm
ain't
going to
gonna
get,
lie,
I can't
G.
get food for my family.
I'm not gonna lie, like,
And now I'm dead.
When we talk
the
about
Beyond
it in theory,
Meat. I just wanted the Beyond Meat.
And that's all.
A vegan
and some
Whopper.
chicken nuggets for my baby.
I'm not gonna lie.
And I didn't even make it back home.
when we talk about it in theory,
She was mad.
That make all the sense in
My
the
homie was
world.
mad.
But sometimes when you see shit in person, it do
And
be
I was
hard
Terry,
to
I was just about
stand and watch.
I was
because
just about to say this,
I've been
Terry.
in them situations.
My heart, I be talking the shit that I
It
talk.
be
I be talking about the
hard.
shit that I talk about, and I be saying the shit
It
that I be
be
saying.
hard.
Bro, I'm a sensitive nigga. I cry on movies.
Yep.
I like
Facts.
so it's certain
It
shit.
be
Seeing
hard.
a woman getting her ass
Listen.
over stomped out by her nigga on the street will kill me.
Can
nigga.
I tell y'all a situation?
I got a mama, I got a daughter, I got a sister, it will kill me.
Look.
But I learned how to think about Lance and think about Boogie. Boogie gotta make it home.
Yeah, I'm not getting
trying to
Period.
save,
It's fucked
me
up,
trying
bro.
to, I can't
That's
do
just
that.
it.
I can't
just
do
it.
it.
Yeah, no,
I got
I'm
to
not-
mind
I'm
my
not getting
business
involved in that
so I
shit
can
either.
keep my business going.
The last situation that I
It's
learned
simple.
in regards to me minding my business, it was a very close situation. And it's crazy. I've never told anybody about this. So I'm going to use different names, dates, times, whatever.
John and Teresa.
So,
I was about to say, the situation you told me about.
yes. So about 4 years ago,
John and Teresa.
I went out of town for New Year's.
With John and Teresa?
Crazy to the day.
Not with John and
Ooh,
Teresa?
Today. No,
Okay.
to the day,
Them
right?
the names you're gonna use. though, 'cause I
So,
gave them to you already.
this is a friend of mine. Well, we not even cool
Teresa.
no more. Fuck. But was a friend of mine at the time. Was going through some DV shit,
Right.
like, and
For
you
DV,
know,
for anybody who don't know,
domestic violence.
yeah.
Okay.
It's 19-year-olds.
Facts, absolutely facts. Domestic violence. And it had been situations over the years where it was just like, gee, I'm giving you the best advice that I can because I'm not going to let nothing like this ever happen to me. But I can't speak from your standpoint. Our traumas are different. Our security and ourselves is different. I don't know. So, 4 years ago, we go out of town. Now, the funny thing is my intuition never fails me. When she told me that her man would be coming with us out of town, I was totally against it. I wanted to damn near opt out. But this was already my trip with another friend. So you just coming with your man. Cool.
Right.
They get into it in the club on some domestic violence shit. So naturally, I'm drunk
In the
but I'm
club?
heated. But he was punching her in the club.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me just ask this question and you go home. You go ahead. Was he like, is it one of those situations with they situation where like she be tweaking and he beat ass because she be tweaking?
No.
Or like, is it like a Blueface Krishan
No.
type? 'Cause
No.
I thought Blueface just be beating on her ass, but Blueface
No.
make it seem like Shorty,
I've been
Shorty be beating on his ass.
No,
and he gotta
I've been knowing
protect
this girl
himself
for a
type
very
shit.
long time. I was her friend before she got with this nigga.
Okay.
So I was her friend when she got with this nigga. And I remember when it all started. Did my friend start fighting back? Yes.
For sure.
Am I proud of her for that? Yeah, but I wish you didn't have to fight at all.
For sure.
But whatever. That's what the case was. So nonetheless, New Year's Eve, they get into it in the club. I'm just trying to get my friend to just come with me. Let's just get out of the situation, blah, blah, blah. He catches me walking her outside to leave.
And a domestic nigga will beat both of y'all ass.
He punched me in the face.
Oh, I was just about to say.
He
Turner,
punched me in the
you
face.
see he slapped Shorty at
When
the table. for
we were
the-
on the side of the club type shit, like, and I'm trying to like de-escalate the situation, but he put his hands on her in the midst of that, and like I'm trying to grab her out of the shit. He thinking I'm trying to fight, and he punched me, and we ended up like sharing licks, type shit. So that's the most intimate situation I've ever been in, where it's like, when do you mind your business?
So
Like, when is it too intimate or not intimate enough for you to
You
get
were in
involved?
too deep though.
For sure.
You were with them in the club on the same trip.
Well, it was also because, she was with her man in
Hey,
the club.
if
We
females-
wasn't even in the same section. She came and got me and
Female-
said she wanted to leave
If
with me
females
because
go
he was getting
hard,
violent.
females go hard for their friends.
I do.
Ultimately, overall,
I
whether
do.
it's your nigga friend, whether it's your female friend, one thing
I've
I've
gone
learned,
hard for my nigga's friend.
one thing I've
I fought a
learned-
bitch for my nigga friend.
I have many friends.
like,
I have many friends. Some of my bester friends are women because they are going to
I'm
make
gonna
sure
go
that
in for the
you
kill
are
for my
straight.
niggas for sure.
So
Absolutely.
what I learned from those situations is this. I was working at McDonald's when I was a shorty. You know, shorty, I don't know nobody.
We grown now. When we say shorty, how old are we talking? Since we old
Like
now,
17, 18.
Yeah, shorty.
That's a
So,
shorty for sure.
I'm working at McDonald's, and it's a chick there who her nigga like violent, whatever. You could tell her nigga beat her up. I don't know how we knew. I don't know if it was because it was her long ago. I don't know if it was because like marks we seen on her, or if it was because of us just hearing about it through rumors. But and her nigga come up there with that energy, like you just knew like
Damn,
he on
looking
some
at
other shit.
niggas. Damn,
And
looking at.
they was damn near grown though. Like they might have been 25, but you know, it's to a 17-year-old. This a grown lady and a
grown as
grown
hell.
man.
They
Like,
grown
you know
as
what I'm
hell.
saying?
25, they 30. Shit.
One time he came up there tweaking with her, and one of the guys in the parking lot ran out there, took the broomstick off the broom, hit the nigga with it, and me and my other homie ran out in the parking lot and kind of like got on that with the nigga. We ain't even have to. I did hit him with the broomstick. It was like he was like, all right, I ain't fucking with
And
these.
I'm pretty sure y'all had a work relationship with her.
we was cool with it.
Yeah.
For sure.
She ain't come to work for like a week. By the time she came back, it was like she broken ribs, black. I'm talking about like
And he out. He not in jail.
Well, she didn't stop fucking with him.
because of now. They
That's another
domestic
thing.
shit had been going on before we probably even started working there. But because of what we did, because we
He
embarrassed
beat her
him,
even more. Yeah.
he beat the fuck out of her. G.
And
So
that just-
my thing is, even as a passerby, you
don't
don't
know
know this
what the
person. You can't save this person. You
And-
could save them for this current situation,
And it
but
don't-
that
you don't
shit
know what's
might
gonna
make
happen
it
after
so
this.
much worse.
Hey.
And that's another thing
And-
too.
But I had a situation
Like,
where a chick had told me. I remember I was fucking with this chick who, it's same store, same McDonald's. I was fucking with a chick, and she had a boyfriend. And one day we was in that flirting, whatever. You know, when it's dark outside, it's easy to see inside of a place. Y'all get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when it's light outside, it's harder to look inside
Yeah.
a building.
Mhm.
When it get dark outside, you can see clean in somebody's crib.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Like he looking in the store outside the parking lot
At
sitting,
y'all.
and we flirting, fucking around, So when she finna walk out, we finna walk out together. He pop out the car and like swung on me or her. I just know I hit his. Me and him hit each other though. Like I don't know if he swung on me first, or I think he might have swung on her first, then I swung on him, then he swung on me, and somebody, this big ass manager came out there and tried fake broke the shit up. Same thing though. Like, did I beat the shit out the girl like when they got to the crib?
but
Like,
even to expand on that, G, like being more careful in regards to like just a situation like that. Like you know her at work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like y'all flirt at work. Like y'all, you don't know her outside of this shit. Like you don't know what she got going on. The same type of bitch that you go and like take the fucking fire for will get back with this nigga.
And it's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's crazy as
Like a bitch will have call her brothers and her daddy and have her brothers out here fighting and da 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 da, and I'm gonna beat that nigga ass and blah 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 and get back with the
and
nigga.
this might be
Blueface knocked
and this
Krishan's
might-
daddy out.
And this might be for a whole nother topic. But we talking about protected black women. This might be for a whole nother topic. But as a man, bro, I really be scared for y'all, bro.
You should.
At first I didn't understand it.
You should.
At first I didn't understand it until you a nigga that kick it with niggas or just see shit and you be like, niggas really be tweaking with these women.
Yeah.
Just recently, one of my woo-wops sent me the money to go get her hair from, it's a spot called Hair by Honey.
Oh,
Bundles.
yeah, okay. She had her shit
Dalton,
laid.
Calumet, yeah,
Damn.
140 for a little ass, it looked like a
Little
ponytail.
pat, yep.
Yeah, 140 for that shit.
Little pet.
And I go pick it up for her, and I ring the doorbell. The bitch come on the intercom like, no man allowed. We'll serve you through the door. And you know, I didn't bug
Probably
up with
got
them.
robbed.
I didn't bug up with them, but I bugged up in my
your head, like,
though.
bitch, stop fucking playing with
I
me.
walked off.
But in reality,
I walked off
yeah.
like, fuck this hell. Fuck you.
Right.
Because I'm
But you
looking
had
at
to
it
think
as a
about it.
consumer. I'm
Yeah.
trying to come
Fuck
spend
you,
this money
bitch.
with you.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
but
So
in
I
reality,
get in the
it's
car,
protection
and
for
I tell Shorty, you know how
ourselves.
bitches be about their hair. So she like, babe, you
Go get my
already up
motherfucking
there.
hair. G,
You
stop
already
playing
up there.
with
It ain't
me.
no point you to date women. You got to think about, and I really, as a
Yeah,
man, bro,
has to think
had to
about
sit,
it.
and this was 2, 3, 4 days ago. I really had to sit in my car, bro, and think about niggas that I know, niggas that I've dealt with in life as far as my homies and friends and cousins and niggas that I've seen be over
Gee,
aggressive,
They probably
over
done been ran up on,
had
had
robbed,
that shit ran up in,
and
got caught
I-
outside.
And I hate the fact that y'all gotta be scared of niggas. But niggas done robbed y'all, niggas done
Look,
slapped
I
y'all.
done said a
niggas
million
done-
times. That's why I constantly deal with niggas I know because I'm
So,
scared of niggas.
like I say, protect black women, bro, because
scared of new niggas.
I think of more of anything, though, me being a nigga that wasn't on it, it broke my heart on some.
Yeah.
I felt offended. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch,
and it hurts even more when you not the type of nigga that gotta be offended because you ain't like that.
Yeah, this
but
is-
to know that there's so many niggas like that for her to build this
barrier,
whole
yeah.
rule barrier
That you
where she
can't-
like
and-
no niggas
and
allowed.
and
Period.
So I go to the bank and I get the money and I tell Shorty, like, you know, I'm gonna go get the hair. And she like, you must not have looked. That shit on the door. That shit's on the window.
No,
I didn't even look at that
You
shit.
say it's the same.
That shit is
so that's happened multiple times.
posted.
Then that means that's happened multiple
That
times.
shit is posted. Shit.
And it's crazy to think about, but that's the shit that we go through. Like
Yeah,
I literally just felt sexually assaulted recently
for sure. And
by
y'all
a
be
60-year-old man.
yeah, and
I was just like, yo,
And,
relax,
Muhammad
bro.
Ali got this quote that say like, if I open my door and it's 100 snakes rushing to my door, and you tell me only 10 of them is poisonous, I'm not gonna take the time to figure out which ones it is. I'm gonna
all
close
of
the
y'all
door.
gotta go. Fuck
I'm
you
just
talking
gonna close
about.
the door. So it's like it's sad that women got to do that with men to say like, I don't know if you like
You
this
may
or
not be like, I
but
can't
there's so
I
many
can't
of
risk
y'all
finding
niggas that's
out.
like this.
I can't risk finding
that I
out
ain't
if
even
you're
fucking
not.
with it,
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
And I think the crazy thing about it is it's kind of like a race thing. Like black men already got to deal so much. Like you walk past a white lady and she get to clutch at her purse. It feel bad to walk past your own sister, your own black queen, and she clutching her purse.
Yeah,
Cause
but
she
you
done
know what
get
I'm saying?
robbed.
And you
cause
gotta respect-
Yeah, she
You
got
gotta
robbed by a nigga that
respect
look like you.
And
So,
you, I'm saying, like,
I'm glad you brought that side of it, right? And this is my last example because this is one more thing that always bothered me that I want to talk about. That I just wanted to bring up at least. It was a situation where it was a lady that was pregnant and her nigga beat her up, and her brother found out about it. She didn't even tell her brother because she knew what type of nigga her brother was. She didn't even tell her brother. Her brother found out, went over there, beat the shit out of everybody in dude crib, baseball bats, fucked the niggas up, set the house on fire with everybody in it. Nigga got locked up. While he locked up, she married a nigga.
that nigga was somebody that he killed, nigga.
No, ain't nobody died.
In the fire, nobody died?
Nobody died.
Oh,
But the
damn.
nigga the brother who set the fire was in jail, and she married the nigga
Who?
that beat her up.
This what I be talking about. Bitches
So-
will go back to that nigga.
But this is the thing. But this is not even like a passerby. This is her brother.
Yes, and you just
This is the
traded
nigga
on
that
me.
you supposed to.
I did
So,
this for you.
You get what I'm
to
saying?
protect you, and you went and married this nigga.
And a lot of times, like that be the thing with helping.
They better
people
not let me out because I'm gonna be right back in. Because I'm gonna beat you too.
Whatever regard, the thing with helping people in any situation is that you can't control what they do after you help them.
That's
know what
why
I'm
you
saying?
have to think about yourself.
I was just about to say.
That's
so
why you have to
those
think about
passes
yourself.
that I was talking about earlier in the
Think
show.
about
Those passes
yourself.
that you giving and that.
Think about
if your sister
yourself.
call you and tell you today. This might be the
this.
first time this nigga put his hands on me. Okay, you go over there. You fuck this nigga up today.
And tomorrow
Your
she
sister
back with
may
him.
be with this nigga tomorrow.
What you gonna
But now
do?
y'all into it forever though,
And
But
that's
you and
your,
this nigga
that's
into
your
it forever,
sister
though.
nigga.
right?
Into it forever.
So, and this nigga probably know more about you than you know about him.
Absolutely. You
You
know
know what I'm
that.
So,
I'm not telling my brother more about my nigga if I already know my brother don't like
But-
him.
but
But I'm
you-
telling my nigga everything about my brother because
Yeah.
I love him.
And he your nigga. So
Exactly.
he done been in y'all mama house.
He done been
He done
everywhere.
he
You
done
know
wherever y'all done
everything.
been. He done
You
been.
know
He
everything.
know what type
And
of
I
car
don't know
you
shit
drive.
about this nigga.
he gonna know more about you just because he know about the family.
Like,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Facts.
off the
So,
rip.
all my niece go to this school and da 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 and all this other shit. So
My brother kids go to dinner school. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, but they go to school together, and I be picking them up on Wednesdays at 6.
and my brother go get his daughter from.
Yeah, me and my brother meet for breakfast at 10 after he drop his kids off.
So it's a fucked up situation that we gotta live
That's
with.
why they
But
say
I do
bitches
like the
is to
fact
blame.
that y'all brought up because I wasn't gonna bring that up, and I'm glad y'all brought it up just to balance the conversation
Mm-hmm.
more. But the fact that women do go through shit, and you do gotta respect everybody's prior experiences. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where's the balance? Like, what's the solution to the situation? Like, what are some things that we can leave people with to say that, like, okay, this is like the mind state behind our situation. I like mind your business. I like protect yourself. I like what Real said when he said protect the protection. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like, if you got
Gotta
somebody in
protect
your
each other.
corner that's gone, and that's even for me. And like, I remember as a kid realizing that my big cousin was a real street nigga for the first time because I called him
Same.
because of some rat. I'm into it with my homie, and I whoop my homie, and his uncle jump in. So I called my uncle because I know he at the shop down the street. But that was the first time he did some shit that made me realize, like,
Oh, this really that nigga.
I don't
don't
need to
fuck
call
around.
him.
I'm never
Shit
gonna
like
call
this.
you again unless I
I'ma
want to
get-
kill a
he's
nigga.
I'm gonna
my
get him in
friend, like,
trouble.
you,
or some
me?
bro gonna do something to him.
Not,
today.
Yeah.
not even that. It's the fact that even though I just fought, bro, that's my homie. Like, I didn't want you to go that far.
His uncle was
with
trying to
these
kill him.
niggas.
Like he wanted to
Like,
like
you feel me?
escalate it.
Like-
And he was just calling for a little bit of
So I'm
protection.
like, oh, I can't call him for certain shit.
That's how it
But
was
I
with
got
me, too.
We got another little cousin that's my same age that get into it and talk and be tough He not like that, but he'll be tough because he know my backup coming strong. But
Terrible
I'm
person to be.
So you know what I'm saying?
Don't be
so
that
he
person.
not protecting.
'Cause when you get
He
caught by
putting
yourself,
he
lights
putting
out.
big cuz in
Lights
fucked up
out.
situations.
Stop
Versus
Better not
me,
ever be alone.
I'm over here
Yes,
like
yeah.
I'm over here like it got to be life or death for me to call this nigga.
For
'Cause
sure.
when I call him, it's gonna be life or death for who I
Facts.
call him
Whoever.
on. Like
I never
you know what I'm
forget.
saying?
When
Like,
it might have to be life or death for him because they gonna try to take him out because they see how he comes.
yeah, or
Shit.
freedom. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
what's some things that we could get people to take away from? Like, how do you protect Black women in a
What do
way
you say, Jody?
that
Yeah,
you can
I was
also
gonna say. I think.
By the
one-
way, Jody's on the mic. Real had to leave, so Jody's on
Call
the
the
mic.
sub.
Period.
Right, yeah,
Literally, because she really is a sub
Who was
teacher.
Tim Duncan's
That's so
sub?
funny.
Who was Tim Duncan's sub?
did he have a sub?
He
Well,
told
I
me
mean-
he played a whole 50 minutes and then Tim Duncan had to
Well,
have
I'm
a sub.
6 man.
Yeah, period. I was gonna say shit.
But I think one thing that y'all didn't really touch on was, and I'm like this because I've been in situations where I did not call my brother where I probably should have. Like a nigga
Me too.
dad choked me up.
Me too.
And I
Me
I
too.
could have called my brother,
And I
But I
didn't.
know how my brothers is, and I know how they is behind me. So that could have easily been a situation where I was protecting my protection at my own expense, where I really did need somebody to come protect me,
Mm-hmm. But
but
I
I didn't do
want
it.
it, yeah.
And going and like sticking with that side of the angle, like I did as a couple weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago, lost my cousin because her nigga killed her. Like her nigga dead ass beat her ass, put in a coma, and we had to bury her. And right before she like moved in with this nigga, she had like, oh, stop contacting the family. Stop
That's what they do.
contacting, like my brothers.
That's
stop
the biggest
contacting,
part of
like, our
domestic
uncles and
violence,
stuff
them
like that.
separating
'Cause they don't got no brothers.
you.
It's just, like it's the boy cousins and then uncles and stuff like that. So she really could have, but she didn't. She like, oh, and now she's not here.
For sure.
So it's like, it can get super tricky.
It
like
can.
when you do want to protect the people that are there to protect you, and
Yeah.
then you still gone.
Yeah.
For sure.
Cause I mean, look, I had my cousin, same shit as Terry. Like my cousin that he was always like my big cousin. You know what I'm saying? And I always saw him in a soft way because he always just took care of me. And I would never look at him in the light of like a motherfucker that'll do some crazy shit. But now that I'm older and I done heard about all the crazy shit that I did, I'm like, damn, like y'all was these niggas. Like, but at the time, so what happened was a few years ago, I ended up getting into it with a bitch at a little club in the suburbs or whatever. And I got into it with the bitch, but I knew her. I've been knowing her, whatever. But we had ended up fucking with the same nigga. It was some sticky shit, Chicago small, whatever. It wasn't intentional. But she was taking it to heart. Like, this was clearly her nigga. I didn't know that, wasn't aware of that, whatever. Things escalated to the point where me and the nigga was cool after I had my baby. We was just cool or whatever. We went out together. She ended up coming to the same spot, seeing us. I'm sitting at the bar. She decided to muff me and like run out the door type shit. So I ran out the door after her. Woo, we fighting. Obviously, she waited. The thing is, the bitch peeped the whole scene. She waited until
running and getting caught is crazy.
that's very crazy. Because
running from a motherfucker and them catching you is
then-
crazy.
I'm about to
And then-
beat you.
But the thing is, also, you know
Whoever
what's
ran, you know they
but
finna
G,
get beat up,
Also,
'cause
you know
you
what's lame
ran.
as fuck? You know what's lame as fuck?
You ran.
Knowing
Motherfucker
that
beat you.
knowing that you plan to run, and I hope this bitch watching this shit because I still want my one. So knowing that you plan to hit me and run, and you only muffed me, also says something
That's
about
planned.
you. Because you didn't even try to knock me out.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't hit me hard. You should have been trying to knock my head off my shoulders if you didn't want me to come
She
after
couldn't,
you.
because if I know I can
Because
knock you
bitch-
out, I'm not running.
The bitch,
I'm gonna
the
knock
bitch
you the fuck
did it,
out,
and it
and
was
I'm gonna
like
walk off.
and it was like a bitch, and
It was a lesbian
shut up,
muff.
though.
Like
And
she
I'm
liked
but
you,
she
really.
only did that because she knew that her friends was coming after me. Because she waited for she knew that when my people said that they was going to the bathroom, I wasn't gonna
It
go
was a
because I
love
was
tap.
sitting at the bar with this nigga.
She gave you a love tap.
So she scoped the whole thing.
She wanted
right?
you.
So when they went to the bathroom, she walk up like, oh yeah, so now that we all here, what's up? Da-da-da. I'm girl, you could talk to him about that shit. I don't fuck with this nigga. I just had a baby. Get your goofy ass out of here. My baby is 7 months at home. Get your dumb ass out of here. Like, I don't fuck with this nigga. She, well, get up out the seat then. But you're not gonna tell me to get up out no motherfucking
Oh, the
chair.
nigga that you sitting next to?
She tell me, oh, well, get up out the chair then. Like, so she can sit next to him. No, bitch. Tell him get up out the chair. And y'all go talk about whatever the fuck. So she muffed me, of course, naturally. Bitch, you muff, like, I'm finna go. But she knew that muffing me and going out the door would mean that when I go out there, I'm gonna try to fight her and her people gonna be behind me.
Right.
So they fake tried to jump me. It was 3 of they ass too, and just me. And that shit crazy because I only ended up with 3 scratches. Because I'm not finna play with y'all like this is that. And you knew it was that. That's why you had to jump me.
Jumpers can go
Period.
either way.
That's
Either
why you had to jump me.
Either you can get jumped on and be okay, like it looked like nobody even jumped you, or you
could
jumped
get
on
your,
and you
look
your
like
ass
20 motherfuckers
really
that stomped on your
blood
head.
clot stitches. Oh,
I like this. I close shut
Because when this
shit.
niggas jump,
Hey,
there be too many niggas.
But Shorty wasn't on shit.
It's certain neighborhoods though.
Shorty wasn't on
East side jumping.
It's
gonna be
different
fucked
from
up.
yeah,
Then,
from,
like,
from the over the Ashland
I caught a South Side 59th and normal jumping, and
that
this was
sounds
around.
fucked up.
This was
Yeah,
around when the
that's about
JoJo,
E-way.
when the JoJo and Chief Keef and all that shit was relatively. I
Worst
caught
They
it.
did you
But
dirty?
that shit was weak, G.
72 stitches across the face, dirty.
I done
Oh, my
got
mama.
jumped and not even feel.
Yeah,
before.
for sure.
But that's the type of shit I did. I never ended up on the ground. I never like the whole time that these 2 bitches is trying to beat me. But whole time Shorty just scratching on my face. I got this bitch on
Yeah.
the ground.
When you get jumped, you gotta lock in with
I
one
got
nigga.
one bitch. All I need is one bitch.
I'm getting
and it
jumped,
was the
but we
bitch that
having
I
a
wanted.
one-on-one.
And it was the bitch that I wanted. The bitch that I had her head. She was, you might as well be kissing the concrete, bitch. And I was satisfied with that. But when I had the, so I want to one up the bitch afterwards. She didn't want to fight. I said, okay, I'm pressing charges. You don't want to fucking fight, bitch.
Gonna
You gonna
wanna?
feel me in some way.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about none of that. And she was a suburban bitch. You were from the fucking Hazelcrest. Like, bitch, I'm pressing charges. Come to court because I want to see you again. And in reality, the court shit was for
Before
me
we
to
get
beat
into
her
these
ass.
guidelines on how to,
Again.
before we get into these guidelines on how to protect our women, the location of a person's residence give you the impression that you will fuck them up?
I knew this
Like,
girl.
if I meet you and I'm from the
That-
south side of Chicago,
sometimes, yes.
and you from Hazelcrest,
Sometimes yes,
it's-
but at the same time, no. Because motherfuckers take me for a joke every time when I be like, oh yeah, I went to Brooks. I also went to fucking Grissom in fucking Escanaba, damn near Indiana. I went to a white school first. Then I went to Polk Classical School. A lot of schools that motherfuckers can't get into.
Facts.
Fuck. So yeah, bitches took me for a joke a lot of the time and got their ass beat a lot of the time.
so location means.
So
I
it's
guess
a-
even in
But
high
it
school,
wasn't even
It's
the
a
fact that she was from
factor. It's not
Hazelcrest.
like the end all
This is
be
my
all.
ex-boyfriend's cousin. I've been on this girl since she was a little girl. I'ma beat you every time.
for sure, no matter where
You're
I've been.
nobody. You cannot come. You can't go toe to toe with me because I know who you is.
So it's
for
safe
real.
to say Chicago will put you in a classification.
But this just goes
of where
on to
you're
my
from.
point. Ended up going to court with the bitch. Blah blah blah. My cousin had to take me. The cousin that I'm thinking is sweet. Never would have thought that you would ever be this.
The
type of
judge
nigga.
knew the cousin.
Boom. No.
Oh.
So the judge do woo up the bam. Oh yeah, you're gonna get fined. Blah 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 blah. You can go da da da. So we walking out the courtroom. Cool. This bitch walk out the courtroom talking about and just know this shit ain't over. So I'm laughing because I'm like, bitch, you goofy. This shit is definitely over. You think I'm finna act? We came to court because you didn't want to fight me again. So it's definitely over now. Like, don't fucking play with me. Hey, my cousin and my homie that I happened to be recording with at the time bugged the fuck up. Chase these bitches out the fucking shit. To the fuck. This bitch was trying to record me like on some lame shit. Knock this bitch phone into next week. Snatch this bitch. Like, I was just like,
Cuz, chill out.
oh my God. Wow, wait. I'm like, hey, not domestic violence on a bitch. Like, this bitch ain't worth it. She ain't on the crumb. A whole bunch of shit. I was just like, oh, so this who you is. Like,
For sure.
oh, okay.
Gee.
Yeah,
That remind me
it's
of a
crazy.
situation when we was in Carbondale and we got into some niggas. There was some college fighting shit. We just gonna catch
Some
these
warrior
niggas that
shit.
weekend and beat
Some
them up.
warrior shit.
Right? So some niggas
College
from,
beef be funny,
Bro.
Cause it be real, but it don't be really that
don't be-
real.
it just
It be like, I might
fighting.
never see you
It's
again after
safe.
this
It's
year.
Yeah,
safe.
it's safe.
It's like
It's
niggas.
It ain't no
safe.
nigga with a gun.
I fought bitches in Cotton Club and Canopy
if a
Club
nigga had
and
a
shit
gun,
that
Nigga
I
got a
never
gun.
saw
He's not
again.
shooting that
If a
bitch.
nigga
Definitely
had a
not.
gun, it was probably
He
TJ.
go to school here.
And
He's
you
not.
didn't get in the club with it.
For
You
sure.
knew to leave that bitch outside. You
In
wasn't
the
getting
door.
here
We
with
wasn't
it.
even
in the
the door.
club. We was at
Period.
house
Fuck
parties.
this
But
about.
look, we had a situation, and it just reminded me of that because like the escalation of shit. We into it with these niggas for forever. We constantly get into it with these niggas. Some niggas from y'all hood come down there to kick it with TJ, right? And
We don't have to say their names.
the shit, I'm not gonna say their name.
No names.
The shit, because I just seen one of the niggas for the first time and he was on house arrest and he was out with us type shit. Like, and I was like, this nigga still on. So,
My boy, he locked up right now.
damn.
For that. Fuck you time out.
Free him.
For being outside on house arrest. Fuck you time out. Niggas is savage, but go ahead. My boy is booked for that
Free
right
him.
now.
So why TJ
He was just trying to have a little
TJ
fun.
is doing his
Tweaking.
best to hide the fact that we into it with these niggas from his homies.
Because they're going
and
to
in my
tweak.
mind, I'm like, I mean, you don't got to get them involved in it, but why
But we
you
got a little
hiding
extra
it, though?
muscle right now.
No, I'm not even saying
We
that.
got a credit
I'm just
line.
saying- I'm not even saying
He
they
ain't
extra
even
muscle.
trying to
'Cause I
fight.
don't
He
know
just
these,
saying,
I
like,
don't know
why
these
you ain't
niggas. I don't know
tell
if they
them,
muscle or not. I don't know if they can fight or not.
They're
I'm just-
muscle.
yeah, they are. But I know that now. But I'm saying at the time, look, I'm just like, you know, why are you hiding it though? Like, all right, it happened. But I'm saying he trying to stop other niggas. He like, at the shit come up, he like, nah, he's switching the subject.
Because he know they gonna tweak as soon as they
these
hear
niggas.
it. As soon as
So,
they hear it. Y'all
why-
into some niggas. Where they at right now?
Right. So they found out. And they get back to the crib one day and we like, hey, where y'all niggas was at? Da-da-da. They're like, oh yeah, we found them niggas y'all was in tour with. We followed them niggas to their crib. We finna go cocktail bomb this shit right now. I'm like, gee.
Not cocktail, Bob.
I'm like, bro.
Y'all ain't really gonna take weed. This is college
I'm
weed.
like, bro.
This is not overseas
This is
meat.
not
Like,
mafia.
this is not
You
overseas
talking
meat.
about cocktail
I'm like,
bomb
Nigga,
them.
I got 4 semesters left, bro. Like, you better get the fuck on with that shit.
Cocktail
G.
bomb?
I already came to college late. I'm a freshman. I'm 26.
You ain't say you finna go. You ain't finna go TP these niggas cribs. You say I'm finna go blow
Not
they
gonna
shit
throw
up.
eggs.
I'm finna go blow
Oh
their
my God.
shit up.
Eggshells,
Hey,
real
What
shit.
you talking about? That shit's
What's our
wild.
time right now? What's our time, Jody?
I gotta pee.
Damn,
50.
all right.
Let's
Look,
put this
wrap it up.
guideline together about
I
protecting
gotta
our black
pee.
women.
Okay,
Um,
well, let me show y'all my tattoo before.
Oh, okay.
Take
I'm
that
not getting
shit
naked
off,
or
shorty.
I was just gonna say, what are you doing, Ice Spice?
Y'all irritate.
Show them
Did
the
you
new-
change
not
your
Ice Spice
Did
no
you
more.
change
Boy,
your
like
hair color
12.
to not be Ice Spice?
No.
Okay. Or Stan?
I wouldn't give a fuck about that. I'm finna be Stan again because I'm finna go fade and I'm
Okay.
gonna go blonde.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You a cougar at
Y'all
this
see
point
this?
with this type of hairstyles.
I'm finna be if I don't get a man soon.
For sure.
Y'all see this? Protect the black woman.
Mm.
Okay.
But as far as we want to go guidelines, just as far as protecting women, I feel like first of all, you know, it's all about understanding each other. You know what we said already. We got to understand each other. If you have to have a talk with your person before you even leave out the house, and it's about understanding your person, understanding areas, understanding the setting of where you may be going, understanding the type of people who will be where you're going. It's a conversation that needs to be had. Your lady has to know you. You have to know your lady. When she get intoxicated, do she get to talking too much? Do she get to tweaking? Do you got a nigga that get intoxicated?
What kind
and
of
get
drunk
the-
is she?
Yeah,
What kind of drunk is he?
So it's all
Like,
about
for
knowing
real.
your person. And if you
Yes.
got a person who gets drunk and will get you into some shit, you don't need to be with them anyway.
Don't go out with them.
Don't go out.
Don't
with
let them go out. If you
let
care
go
about
out.
them.
Yeah,
Look,
for
if you
sure.
care about them.
So just as far as like some rules of protecting the woman.
And I'll say this too. If it's in the beginning, if y'all in the beginning of this dating stage and you are not in the position where you want to go full force to protect this person, be mindful of where y'all go.
For sure. The setting.
That's it. Be mindful of the setting.
Don't go to Castaways.
That's it. Don't do anything
Don't
where
go
you
to-
feel like something
Go to
could possibly
John
pop
Bowl.
off.
Yeah.
Don't do none of that because if you are not at this moment and you could be a man and you really like this person, but you're not at that point where it's like, bitch, I'll beat a nigga up for you.
I die for you.
I die
In
for you,
Chicago,
bitch.
If I
you're
beat a nigga
not
up for you, I'll die
yeah,
for you.
facts. Because I beaten
In
up.
Chicago.
If I beat a nigga up, I'm bound to get
in
shot.
Chicago, if I take you outside with me,
I'm bound
I
to
have
die,
to
for you. Yes.
I have
so
to.
being in that situation where
family.
you know that if you're not at that level with a person, don't do that shit. And for women too. I've had many instances where I've gone out with a nigga that I was just seeing. Not even my nigga, just seeing. And he's seen a bitch that he maybe was fucking with right now or prior, or maybe he dropped her off the wrong way and da-da-da-da, and the bitch tried to get on that. And it's like, I want to beat this bitch up. You don't take this bitch serious because she always like that. I don't know this bitch. And she coming at me like, I want to beat her up. You telling me not to. You're trying to constrain me, and it's just like, just be mindful. If you're not in that stage where you feel the need to protect this person, just watch how y'all move. Period. That's it.
For me, I would say, as I said at the very beginning of the show, a lot of times protection as a man is protection across the board. So whether I'm protecting my girl, my sister, my mother, my child. Protection is protection. And I think the best way we learn to protect, or the best way you know how to protect, is protecting like younger siblings and children, which you protect the same way, meaning that when you tell me something happened, I'm gonna figure out the course of action after that, and you don't get to say so. The difference with protecting a woman is you're not protecting the child, so you should take heed to the course of action that they
Can make their own decisions after.
that they present if they're telling you to restrain yourself, because they can make their own decisions after. So, for example, if my son says XYZ happened, I can go do whatever the fuck I want to do to solve the situation and tell my son, you're not finna be with them no more, and stand on that and make sure he's not with them no more.
Yep.
You can't do that with an adult.
No.
You can't tell
You
her
can't
she
tell
can't
him
be
how
with
they
him
gonna
no more.
move.
You can't tell
Exactly.
her don't go here no more. You can't tell her none of that.
Yep.
So if she say, hey, this is the situation, but I don't want you to handle it like that, that might be the
Listen.
precursor to say, I'm not done with this.
And that
nigga.
could be for your safety.
Right.
Exactly.
It could be for your safety as
Yes.
well. But it also could be the precursor to say, yeah, this nigga beat me up, but I'm not done fucking with him yet. So I don't want you to go
Do
jump out
nothing.
the
I'm just
window for
letting
this
you know
nigga.
now in case
Exactly.
something does happen.
So when she tell you that, and then you go jump out the window anyway when she told you not to.
Now y'all into
and
it
then you
forever.
she right back fucking with dude.
Y'all
know
into
what
it
I'm saying?
forever.
I can't say it's on you because as a man, you felt the need to do that because that's what we supposed to do. But at the same time, the whole provide and protect thing, that's a man thing. That's what men do. We provide and protect our families. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? We can't get so attached to that mantra that we don't protect ourselves in the process, that we forget ourselves in the process, that we crash out in the process, that we, end our own lives or end our own freedom in the process to trying to protect another person who's going to be free and happily free after that happened. There are some exceptions, you know what I'm saying, to the rule. And the exceptions are the responsible people that you trust. That like if this happened and I go do it XYZ, they not going to go back to that person. That's somebody
Yes,
that you more.
so
It might be your
true.
mother that just like, you might feel comfortable like, shit, if I got to go sit down and spend the rest of my life in this bitch,
I'll do it for her. Yeah.
and that's what the fuck it
Yeah.
is, because she wouldn't have risked my freedom
Yep.
on that shit. But
Yeah.
it might be a chick it might be your sister who's so lost in this nigga that you sitting in this bitch and she still with this nigga.
And women, that's
get what
another
I'm saying?
thing.
It might be your
women,
sister.
and this is him. You hear what he's
So-
saying? Women, don't do that.
and the solution, because you don't know if you're gonna fuck with that nigga or go back to the nigga or not.
But
So
you
the solution
do.
is-
But you do know.
well, maybe you
But
do know.
you do know,
But
G.
Stop calling niggas until you know.
One thing I'm gonna
For
tell you
sure.
is, as a woman, we know, and we know when violence is not involved. We know when we really done with a nigga. We know. We are provided with an intuition that just knows. Regardless of what action we decide to take, even though we know, that's on us. But deep down, we know. So when you're calling someone to come and take care of something for you and you're putting them in harm's way, do you know for sure that this is going to be worth it? Because are you really going to be done with this person? I think that that's something that women really need to get out of the moment. Like the shit with Gervonta and his baby mama. The shit that just happened. Now she on social media, oh, I made a false claim and I didn't mean to. But meanwhile, bitch, the statements say that you had a cut on your eye and a fucking cut on your lip. Like, so clearly he hit you. But obviously because you're in a domestic relationship and you do not have any intentions on leaving,
Put that bread down and say, hey, clean this
regardless
shit up.
of what it is, you know this ain't the first time he done hit you because he was caught on camera snatching her ass up from a public event.
That's the same shorty?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know, bitch. You know you're not really
And this
done.
nigga
That's
not
why you
no
on the
normal
internet
nigga
right
either.
now.
Not
Talking about
only-
some, oh, I didn't, it wasn't like that. I made a false call in law enforcement in a time of
You say he not a who?
He's not a normal nigga.
No,
Like,
he's not.
Not only is he a boxer, because niggas like, oh, he a boxer. Fuck that he a boxer. Look what he do to other boxers.
Mind you, he offered Ari.
He's not even the average boxer. He's not the average nigga.
Mind you, he gave Ari.
He's not a novice.
Knockout artist.
He gave Ari I think he hit her too and gave her $1 million to not say nothing.
D. He's
Y'all
sleeping.
think Ari made him hit her?
Bro, he's sleeping.
Regardless of the facts, I feel like,
Bro,
listen,
he's sleeping niggas that get hit for a living.
Boom.
This nigga get hit for a living.
Okay, I gotta pee y'all for real.
And he's sleeping these niggas. So
This-
that's it though.
yeah.
We gonna wrap this shit up.
Cause
man.
my bladder,
Cam bladder is whacker.
FCMpod.com.
whacker bladder.
Yeah, you got pee
In
outside
2023.
I gotta pee outside.
He called
Damn,
you
he got
dog.
a bitch upstairs.
Yeah.
today. Nah, I don't have.
He said you just got to pee outside.
you can pee upstairs.
I was gonna say that's
You
why
just went
I go
way left
home.
with
I
this
mean,
shit.
I
Yeah.
live
Y'all
right there.
wow, wrap this shit up.
Yeah, back. No Cam's corner either. We got straight to the
Yeah, I
point.
think we,
Protect the black woman
Protect the black
Period.
woman. That's everybody's
Protect the
corner.
black woman and yourself.
And yourself. Protect each other.
and know how to
Protect each
veer.
other.
Protect each other. Protect the family.